we're going to look at, this is page 3 of the PDF. You do not have to complete this entire page. I only use this for examples to show you. So we're trying to find the area of the pieces that are shaded. We're going to look at questions 1, 2, and 4. Right. So the easiest way to do these questions where you have kind of like a picture frame set up where you have the shaded region on the outside and there's something cut out or that's not shaded on the inside, similar to number 6 here, is to find the area of the large rectangle. So let me show you what I mean by large rectangle. I mean the one that's on the outer edges of the figure. So that's the large rectangle. So in this case, that rectangle, and let's call it large, that's going to be the 74 by 65. So all I'm using here is area equals length times width, right? Now, I need to know what that value is, so I'm going to get that number. 4,810 square inches. Now, I need to subtract the area of the white, or the part that's inside, so the unshaded section. So if I'm talking about that, that would be, the unshaded section is here. It's this rectangle. So let's look at how I determine that. It'd be very helpful if I knew the measurement from one side to the other. Right? I do know that the 65 is all the way across, but there are these short pieces that are 20. So the length of this segment inside is 65 minus 20 minus 20, right? The two pieces that are shaded on the end have to be subtracted. So that would leave us with 25. So it's actually 25 across from this measurement over here to this one. Okay, now the other number I need is, I need to figure out this length. Now, again, I know the 74 is the purple section, but you have to take away 20 on each side. So I have to take away this green section of 20 and this green section of 20. So the red length would be 74 minus 20, which is going to be 34. Okay, that gives me area of the small rectangle, right? The one that's in the center, or the one that's inside or unshaded. And that's going to be 25 by 34, which is 850 square inches. Now, I have the area of the outside, or the border. I have the area of the unshaded, the white portion. To get my total area, I need to subtract. So it's going to be 4,810 minus 850. And let's double check and make sure we get the right answer. So that's going to be 3,960 square inches. Okay. All right, so that's one where you would find the outside area, find the inside area, and subtract those two. Now, on the ones that have these other shapes, where there's not like a missing piece, where it's just kind of an odd rectangle, similar to a rectangle shape, you can do that in a couple of ways. I'm going to show you this kind of slicing method or dividing method. So let's imagine that in number 2, I slice this or divide it into 2 rectangles. So I'm going to say, let's draw a line here. And then we're going to talk about one rectangle, so I'm going to use green for that one, and then the other rectangle. So if I can find their areas separately, then I can add them. So that's going to be the difference. In question 1, we subtracted. Question 2, we're going to add. So I'm going to call this 1, 2. So area of 1. Okay, the dimensions are 10 across, 50 long. So 10 by 50. So that's 500, square yards. Okay, for area of 2, so that's this rectangle that's going across. from corner to corner it's 70, and then up and down over here it's 10. So 70 times 10, 700 square yards. So the total this time, instead of subtracting as we did on 1, we're going to add. So 700 plus 500, 1,200 square yards. Okay, let's try one more. And this one you could do either way. I could, one option is to like complete the figure. And what I could do is I could find the area of that U shape and subtract off this box. Or I could split this up into rectangles. So again, we could do this a couple of ways. Let's say we split it, and I'm going to draw a line here and here. So now I have 3 different rectangles to look at. I'm just going to trace them really quick. So there's one. Here's a second one. And then here's your third. So if I can find the area of each and then add them together, that's going to give me my total area. So let's do the area of 1. So for rectangle 1, you have 24 across and 56 going down. So it's 24 by 56. For the area of 2, that's this one here. Now what you notice, I don't have but one, I've just got one measurement, the 48. I need to know this length. So to figure that out, I've got to look at my given numbers, and I have to subtract 56 minus 32. Right. So for that one, it's going to be 48 by, let's see, 24. All right, that's the 56 minus 32. And then the area for 3 is just like 1, 24 by 56. So on that one, if I total those 3 products, so if I total area 1, area of 2, and area of 3, all 3 of those together, that's going to give me 3,840 square feet.